Thank you very much for stopping by XJW Jake Bruggeman channel. Today I want to go over Proverbs 29:25. Now, just a disclaimer, this is just an opinion. It's not to be taken on face value, so do your own research. Don't necessarily listen to what I'm saying. Uh, you do that and you make your own decisions in life. I cannot choose how you think, and that's my main goal is not to change your thinking, but to let you I'm sharing my thoughts. So it says in Proverbs 29:25. Now this is the JW.org Bible or the Jehovah Witness Bible, New World Translation, and it says, I'll read verse 25. It says, "Trembling at men is a snare, but the one trusted in Jehovah will be protected." So JWs they like to use the scriptures to support their theology or their doctrine, and they'll say, well, if you don't tremble at men, which are everybody else except Jehovah's Witnesses, everybody else who are not JWs, is what this is talking about. That's what the organization will say. But you can actually apply this to the governing body. It says, "Trembling at men is a snare." The governing body are men. But they'll say, well, it comes from Jehovah. Well, of course they're going to say that. That's how they can control individuals. And it also says the last part of verse 25, "But the one trusting in Jehovah will be protected." They say, well, trusting in the organization. They say you can't have a relationship outside the organization. You can't trust in Jehovah by yourself. You can't read the Bible. You can't live a godly life. You have to do those things, but you have to be fear-mongered by the organization, the JW.org organization. And it's the bottom line is that you can still trust in Jehovah and not tremble at the men that are in Wallkill, New York. The men who have been wrong and they don't let their yes mean yes and their no, no. For example, the Australian Royal Commission. That's not my go-to thing where I just bring that up. But, Stephen Lett didn't say. He said it would be presumptuous of them to say that they're the only ones that are feeding Christians or feeding, individuals of God's word as truth. And, what did Jesus say? Jesus said, let your yes mean yes and your no, no. But again, JWs will say, well, that's theocratic warfare. But, I just want to keep this video brief and relatively speaking. And again, you can, like I say, it says trembling at men is a snare. And we see the evidence of that. We see JWs aren't truly happy. We see JWs you see in the organization, they have this thing called the two-witness rule when it comes to certain things, CSA, and it's terrible. And it's not actually, this two-witness rule is talking about minor cases, not major cases where it's in protecting kids. And the organization has repeatedly failed at that. So can you really trust those men? No, but you can trust in Jehovah God if you believe. Now, I'm not saying that you have to believe or not believe. Again, do your own research, and like I say, I'll wrap it up there, and thank you very much for stopping by the channel.